What's up, everybody? Welcome to our TNA Wrestling watch along here on Insiders Pro Wrestling. So glad that you could join me this evening. We're about to get underway with the show. It is live this evening, so let me show the preview, the card, real quick, so we can go through that. Hopefully, everyone is doing well this evening. Before we get started, I wanted to shout out a new member of the Mod Squad, and that's Derek. So there we go. New member of the Mod Squad, Derek, is in the house. So thank you, Derek. I see Heather in the house. Let me shout out some folks real quick before we get started here. We've got Sean Rousset, Joe Shipley, Derek, Hassan. Let's see here. Dylan, Brandon Barnes, Deanna, James Chadwick, John Kessler, Bonus Baby, Little Silver, Heather. How are you, Heather? I see. Glad to see you. Understand that there's a lot going on, so please know we're still praying for you. Anthony Slate, a member of our channel, and I am trying to find it right now, but we have a member sound now. So here you go. Thank you, Anthony, for being a member of our channel.
You, my friend, are awesome.
Yes, you are. You are awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, and everyone's saying congrats to Derek. Yeah, Derek has been a long-time member of the channel, and just felt like, hey, we needed to have him be a mod to kind of keep an eye on things. So welcome, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me this week. Before I get on screen myself here, I do want to ask, if you don't mind, folks, drop a like on the video. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are so glad that you're here. Please hit that subscribe button, become a part of the family, and join us every week. We do TNA Wrestling every Thursday, whether that's myself or people joining me. We're here. So yeah, hopefully we get started. How's everyone's week been going? Let me know in the chat. Hopefully everyone has had a good week so far. What's been your favorite wrestling show of the week so far? Please let me know. Bonus Baby saying congrats, Derek. Does this mean you're going to behave now? Wait, the king of the giggity. Hey, yeah, he this is just for Derek.
Giggity,
so
giggity, giggity. All right.
That's for Derek. So SmackDown is going to be huge tomorrow. Yeah, it is. Heather is saying Karen's still having a lot of health issues as of late. Today she found out she has a wow. I'm going to be praying for you all, Heather, for sure. Definitely going to keep you all in our thoughts and prayers. Please know that. Listen, we understand if you're not around for a bit and you got to do what you got to do. We get it. So it's all good. It's all good. All right, folks. We are starting the show now. They are starting with a recap leading up to tonight's events. So let's see, the wrestling match. Did you get some good sleep at least, Deanna? All right, folks. And I'm going to do this throughout the show. So I'm trying to do something a little bit new, and this will be more interactive as we go forward. And Brandon saying TNA is free tonight. Yes, TNA is on their YouTube channel, I believe. So if you're someone that watches on Access TV and you don't want to wait until 9, or maybe John said it's starting at 8. So there you go. So everyone should be covered this evening. So just want to shout out everyone joining us from Facebook, from YouTube, and from Twitch. Thank you all so much for joining us. Like I said, every week we greatly appreciate you being here and watching along with us. So um, I thought the lawyer getting the Cobra last week was a great way to end the show, because now we got to figure out what the heck is about to happen, especially on this live show. Anything can happen. So let's see what we get. We're kicking things off right now. And I know there's a football game going on this evening. If you want to keep me posted in the chat with any scores, please feel free to, because I cannot see it right this moment, but I would like to remain informed. So what are my thoughts on the possibility of AJ Lee returning? I love it. I'm hopeful that she will return, and it makes sense this time. So really looking forward to that. I was saying a little bit earlier, I dropped a link to a poll in the chat, and I'm going to be dropping links in the chat throughout for different polls. So please, folks, participate if you can. If not, I understand, but would love for you to share your thoughts and vote in some of these polls. So here we go. We're getting the start of the show. Santino is starting the show. So let's see what Santino has to say. The crowd is hyped, as I'm sure we all are. So let's go. James saying TNA doing special t-shirt, all profits going to Catholic school. That's awesome. I'm glad that they're doing that. That's such a tragic situation, and our thoughts and prayers and our heartfelt condolences go out to all of the families affected in the community. Such a terrible situation. So I'm glad TNA is doing something to help those families in that community out. Here we go, Santino. Says he has to address something. He says a sleazebag lawyer was pushing his buttons, and he pissed him off. He said he doesn't think with his brain, he thinks with his cobra. Oh boy, it's good stuff. What a way to start the show. Said he doesn't want to pull it out because things get crazy. He said it was self-defense. He said he'd do it again. He doesn't care. Says he may have some legal issues coming his way. He's got to hire a liar of his own, not lawyer. He says he's going to finish the announcement. He can't say Massachusetts, so he says Lowell, Mass. 101 TNA World Championship. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana, 1-on-1 for the belt. Santana now making his way out. October 12th. Santana. And that was actually going to be one of my questions this evening, is who do you think will be the person to bring back the TNA title? And I would love for you all to participate. I am dropping that in the chat right now. There it is. Who do you think will bring back the TNA title? I want to see what you think. So please let me know. And apparently it did not send on YouTube, so I'm going to try this again on YouTube. There we go. Here we go. Mike Santana. Finally, the news everybody's been waiting for. Mike Santana versus Trick Williams. Heather saying Santana better or I'm going to riot. Everybody's saying new champ in the crowd. Santana saying he will bring the championship back to where it belongs for his daughter, for his family, for all the fans, and for TNA. He's got my vote. He's got my vote. Sounds like the crowd is fully behind him, too. Heather saying, I'm still shocked Ash won, so Santana better follow suit. Jason Peace. What's up, Jason? Saying, how you doing? Can't wait for Saturday. Jason starts wrestling training this Saturday, folks, so good luck, Jason. I'm so happy for you. Let us know how it goes. Santana says if Trick doesn't want to come to TNA, he'll go to NXT. Said the clock is ticking. It's a great way to start off the show. Huge announcement. Mike Santana, if you're just joining us, will be facing Trick Williams at Bound for Glory, or at least that's the announcement for now. This should be a really good match. Hopefully, Mike Santana is the TNA superstar that brings the title home because he's had a ton of fan support. Everything is built to this moment. Sade and the Hardies joining Gia Miller. Jason is scoring, not Jason, James. I'm getting Jason and James. I'm looking at two names at once. James is going to score the show 10 out of 10 tonight. Sade and the Hardies have a match this evening against Order 4. Agent Zero getting a little shade for what he did to Sade last week. He deserves the shade. Bonus baby, what if Santana is cost the title by a ghost from his past in the form of Conan? Oh my gosh. Not again. We can't cost him again, bonus baby. We can't cost. He's got to be the one to get it across the finish line. If he doesn't, who will? Like how? Let me ask you that, bonus baby. How would you finish that story? Would you? How long? How much longer would you have Trick hold on to the title? Let me know. Hardy's getting the crowd hype. Sorry, saying they're gonna get the win tonight against Order 4. Crowd chanting delete. Heather, am I wrong that I still want Gia to get her receipt against Tessa? No, you're not. In fact, a lot of us are waiting for that moment to happen. John, Sade and the Hardies against Two Stooges and Tasha. The only thing I'm struggling to find is wrestling boots. That is tough, especially if you have big feet. It is very tough. So I don't know any folks over in your neck of the woods, but I will see if some of my contacts may know someone. So I'll reach out to you, Jason. Barry Monkey, what's the other belt the Hardies have? I don't know. Yeah, if you know in the chat, let us know what other titles the Hardies have there. We're at our first break of the evening, so I am going to say this again if you don't mind, but please drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're glad that you're here. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Lil Silver is saying they're streaming it on their YouTube channel live, works fine for me. So that's good. So what I'm going to do, this is something a little bit different. I'm going to play a sponsor video right now, and I'll be back on the other side, and we'll talk about what we had today for food. So I'll be right back.
At Empowered Marketing and Media, we transform visions into reality. With decades of experience, we deliver affordable, high-quality marketing solutions designed for small businesses, nonprofits, churches, and community organizations. From professional video production to strategic digital marketing, we help you tell your story authentically and effectively. Our mission is simple: to empower your voice and amplify your impact in the community. Visit empoweredmktmedia.com today and let's empower your story together. Proud sponsor of Insiders Pro Wrestling.
All right, folks. So let's get to the food. What did you have to eat today? What did you have? Please let me know in the chat. Derek saying, oh, Heather saying they're the fourth row champs, I think. Fourth row. Okay. McCaffrey is already questionable. Did I pick him? Is he on my team? Did I not learn from previous years? I have to look. Sorry, folks. I did not. I did not. Man, I hate that he's so injury prone because, man, he's such a great player. I hate that. All right, we're getting some of the food. James had sausage, bacon, egg, mushrooms. That sounds good. Turkey burger and veggie chips for Brandon. Chicken parm sandwich and salad for lunch, says John. Derek Victim. Raw crowd was crazy on Monday. Waffle House. Okay. What'd you have? What's your order from Waffle House? I know I don't want to steal anyone's gimmick, but what's your order from Waffle House? Jason Peace had KFC. There you go. Heather had pork chops, mashed potatoes, and green beans, smash burger, and fries. That sounds good. Sounds good. Barry Monkey had a couple of beef burgers with chips with a lettuce leaf. So healthy. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I heard about that. Heard about Giorgio Armani passing today at the age of 91. Yeah, I saw that a little bit earlier on social media. So, yeah. Been a lot of iconic people passing recently. So, from a heart attack. Wow. Did you get the ESPN app? I have not gotten it yet. Brandon, I have not gotten that yet, but I hope to very, very soon. I just haven't had a chance. Bonus Baby saying, why do people always fight in the little glass entryway at Waffle House? And my end to the Santana saga is above the food. So you see, we're coming back from break now. Nick Aldis calls Trick up to SmackDown, announces he is defending the TNA title against a mystery opponent. Santana wins the strap on SmackDown. Wow. I actually like that. WrestlePalooza looks stacked, says Jason. We are getting an ad for the Naked Gun movie. Deanna saying omelet with ham and cheese hash browns covered. Moose backstage with Mike Santana. Moose says he has no doubt that Mike Santana is going to bring the title back. AJ Francis now in the back. He's reporting back to Trick. Moose says you walk around here being Trick's little bee. I am Jason. Oh, wow. Wow, AJ. Good Lord. AJ said that's so apparently Moose versus AJ Francis next week. AJ Francis said that's going to be the hardest struggle you've had since trying to pick your tongue up off your mouth. That's wow. That was a little rough there. So let's see. We're getting Ryan Nemeth out here, so yay us. Here we go. Ryan Nemeth. What does he have to say about my brother? Crowd saying, yeah, you suck. His big brother. Says his brother returns to TNA Wrestling tonight. Matt Cardona is coming down to the ring, though. Frankie Kazarian and Matt Cardona are scheduled for a matchup. Matt saying some of us have to actually wrestle tonight. Says nobody cares what he has to say. Yeah, I'm saying, where's the mute button? He says, nobody cares what you have to say. Sean saying, not sure if you have Roy Rogers up in New York, but I have a Gold Rush chicken sandwich and mashed potato. That sounds delicious. We don't have those up here, but that sounds delicious. Ryan says he has brother envy. Oh, boy. Cardona says, I think your big brother sucks. Wow, Ryan just got knocked in the dome with a microphone, so wow. Heather saying she's petitioning for the Nemeths to try to get them in Nashville for a comedy show. Let us know how that goes, Heather. Let us know if they end up. Deanna saying nobody cares, not even his brother. So we're about to get Frankie Kazarian going up against Matt Cardona Mr. Always Ready himself. James saying, yay, the non-talented brother. Here's the king. Hope Cardona wins, says John Kessler. Heather, don't give up yet. There's always hope. Brandon saying Frankie has Halloween gear on. Here we go. Kazarian with a huge shoulder tackle there, now jumping over Cardona. Cardona ends up getting a drop kick there. Sean saying wishful thinking, but Matt Cardona sticks around a little and Killer Cross and the Smoke Show Scarlet make a surprise visit. I would love that. They are previewing the other matches on the card for this evening. Jeff, in 2 days, WWE shifted 1,600 plus tickets to SmackDown Chicago. Wow. Man, that's the sad stuff about football, man. Such a dangerous sport. Who was it, Derek? Did you see a number or who it was? Cardona and Kazarian now on the outside of the ring, right in front of that crowd. The crowd is electric. Ryan Nemeth tried to grab Matt Cardona and didn't work out well for him, but Frankie Kazarian took advantage. Anthony, I'm going to say yes. Somehow, some way. Yeah, something will be done on Sunday. Yeah. We are still at the action now. We're just not getting commentary. Wow, Jalen Carter for the Eagles ejected for spitting on Dak. Wow. Wow. Can't do that. John saying I'm sure there will be a surprise or two tonight. Okay. Yeah, Joe's fine. His work schedule is changed, so he's just not able to be on as much. But yeah, we'll keep things rolling as best we can. James said it's now over 16,049 tickets from a sellout if they ain't gone already. Wow. Wow. Cover here by Kazarian. 1-2. Kick out by Cardona at 2. Right there in the middle of the ring. Ooh, chop there from Cardona. Was going to throw Frankie off the ropes there and go for a drop kick, but Frankie outsmarting him. Frankie kind of cheesing for the crowd right now, feeling good about himself. Thank you, Anthony. We really appreciate that, man. Cardona thrown to the outside there. Kazarian talking a little trash to the fans. Fans letting them know about, telling them he sucks. Cardona with a little bit of offense to return the favor, but that is quickly halted. Frankie just throwing Cardona into that ring post. Referee out there checking on Matt Cardona right now. Wow. Wow. Here we go. So Matt Cardona trying to get back into the ring. Trying his best. Crowd trying to cheer him on. Frankie's finding a little bit of time to talk some trash to the crowd, but Cardona's really struggling to get up. Count of 7 right now. Can he get back in there before 10? He's back up on his feet, but he's wobbly. He gets back in there, and Kazarian is right there to pounce. Oh, boot to the face there by Frankie. Another one to the head. Kazarian talking trash to the crowd still. Some smacks to the face. Kazarian still talking to the crowd. Heather, I would say that I agree from the standpoint that I am definitely priced out of going to events at this point. It's just so expensive. So very expensive. I hate that. I wish we got more live shows because those tend to be less expensive, but yeah, it's very tough to afford at this point in time. Kazarian still giving the business to the crowd. Barry Monkey there disrespecting the king of TNA while cheering for that outsider Cardona. Crowd should be ashamed of themselves, says Barry Monkey. Oh, both of them went for a crossbody hit at the same time. Both went for a clothesline. Both of them went for a boot. They're just knocking each other over. Wow, they're talking about the first episode of WCW Nitro 30 years ago today. Man, am I that old? Wow. Cardona mounting some offense here. Let's see. Let's see what he can do. Clothesline into the corner on Kazarian. Now Cardona is sitting up on those turnbuckles. Drop kick delivered from the second rope. Lining him up. Kazarian smartly gets out of the ring there. Ooh. Big boot there from Matt Cardona. Ryan Nemeth trying to get involved yet again. Oh, 2 count there. So, folks, I'm going to be annoying again, and I'm going to ask you another poll question. Please, please, please answer if you don't mind. Please click on the link and vote in the poll, or you can drop your answer in the chat. But your favorite TNA star of all time, you will see if you go to the link, you will see quite a few names there, but feel free to drop your favorite TNA star of all time in the chat if you don't vote in the poll. So yeah, for real, Derek. You gotta. Yeah, you gonna have to see me after that for real. Cardona trying to take care of Ryan Nemeth, radio silence. Kazarian takes advantage with fade to black. 1, 2, 3, right in the middle of the ring. Frankie Kazarian takes advantage of the interference by Ryan Nemeth and picks up the win over Frankie Kazarian. I mean, over Matt Cardona. Gotta love that Ryan Nemeth. So there we go. We're getting some votes right now. We have 2 votes for AJ Styles, another for Jordan Grace. So yeah, keep those votes coming. I want to see what you guys think. John saying Kazarian better give half his pay for tonight to Ryan Nemeth. Kaz says, I can't stop winning, Tom. Talking to Tom Hannafin. Kazarian still talking trash to that crowd. He has not stopped. Gia Miller's asking Frankie, did you know you were going to need help tonight? Swag fan, what's up? Frankie tells her she sucks at her job. He is now conducting an interview with himself, showing Gia Miller how to do her job. Calls the fans dumb marks. He says he has his eyes set on the international title. So apparently he's going for Gia's job and Macklin's too. He said it should be held by a man with honor and dignity and class like him. Wow. Really talking down about Steve Macklin, and Macklin is not going to let that go. So Steve Macklin coming down to the ring right now, and he's going to let Frankie Kazarian know about that. Gets into the ring. Kazarian lays down the title. Macklin lays down the title for Kazarian to get into the ring. Kazarian's not biting right now, though. John saying Kazarian is in for it now. Yes, he is. He is definitely in for it. fan saying Macklin. Yeah, Kazarian is asking for it. They're showing a recap of the tag match last week where the Inspiration won. So let's see what we get here following their big win last week. Getting a video package right now, a backstage promo. Saying that win helped them get one step closer to the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team titles. They're keeping an eye on the world title celebration tonight. They're going over the rest of the card for the evening. Got the Hardies and Mara Sade going up against Order 4. Then we have this huge triple threat. Jody threat, Dani, Luna, Indi, Hartwell for the #1 contendership to the TNA World title, which is held by Ash by Elegance. And we're getting the Elegance brand Knockouts World title celebration coming up next. So here we go, folks. What is Ash going to say? What's going to happen? Are we going to get a new challenger before we get the triple threat? Let me know in the chat if you don't mind, folks. All right. So let's see. Yeah, we got a lot of votes for AJ Styles and 1 vote for Jordan Grace. So keep them coming, folks. Keep them coming. Let me know in the chat. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whew. Huge text message there. So, wow. So I got to ask this question. I know we're getting ready for the celebration. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. So who's coming for Ash? If you had to pick someone outside of the triple threat later tonight, who would you say is coming for Ash? Outside of the triple threat, who's coming for Ash? Let me know in the chat. And folks, I'm going to drop this again. But if you don't mind, please drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. So glad you're here. Please hit that subscribe button. Become a part of the family. We'd love to have you back here next Thursday. We do TNA watchalongs every Thursday, and we cover all of their pay-per-views and specials that they do. We have other shows on our channel. We do a show called Fireflies Forever. That's on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. We do a show called Between the Ropes on Sundays at 8:30. So come check us out. James Chadwick saying Dakota Kai debut prediction. Okay. Matthew Smith said that was nice of Cass showing us how to interview him. Yeah, that was. Joe's good. Brandon, his schedule has just been different, so he's been closing some nights, and that's made it difficult for him to be here on Thursdays. Um, so yeah, that's basically what's going on. I'm gonna try to get Between the Ropes back going. I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen, so I'll keep you all posted. I'm gonna try to do something this Sunday, some way, somehow. Hopefully Joe can join, but if not, I will try to put something together. But I will keep you all posted. So Brandon Davies saying Cora Jade, maybe. I think I saw where she said in an interview that she was taking a bit of a break, but she would come back at some point. So just from what I've seen, I appreciate that, James. I really do. They're recapping the match at Heatwave, where Ash by Elegance was able to win the TNA Knockouts World title back for TNA Wrestling. I asked this question last week. How are we feeling, folks? I know a lot of people were not the biggest fans of Ash by Elegance, so how are we feeling? Brandon said, I've been noticing it's getting darker out earlier. Yep. Heather saying, like Derek said, like, sub, and notify, hit, and hype if you are able. Thank you so much, Heather. Yeah, Derek's LSU Tigers beat my Clemson Tigers. And as much as I love Clemson and as much as I love Dabo Sweeney, sometimes I wish he would just let things roll. Iceman is introducing Ash by Elegance. We have M by Elegance and Heather by Elegance in the ring. Ash by Elegance coming down to the ring. With that TNA gold holding it up high for the crowd to see. The mixed reactions in the crowd. Some mixed reactions, but hey, she's getting some cheers. She is soaking in the moment. Let's just say that. Uh-oh. Let's do that later. All right, so here we go. What does Ash have to say? Iceman saying this celebration is for you. We've spared no expense. We've come together and we have a few gifts. Her first gift was commissioned by an artist. Heather saying, okay, whoa, I can't believe I'm saying this, but her dress is fire. Wow, a painting of Ash by Elegance. I can see that painting going over her head at some point. Can anybody else see that? But wait, there's more. Custom champagne made in her honor. Elegance in a bottle. He's saying she deserves this and so much more. Wow. Yeah, the painting is nice. It's very nice. Ash saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, mixed reactions. Some crowd members chanting, you deserve it. She says she's TNA's savior. She says she brought the title home. It's all because of her, she says. Oh no. She said not even the little dirty Masha Slamovich could do this. She says she's beaten so many to be the TNA champion. But she said Masha Slamovich's name, so Masha not taking too kindly to that. Let's see what we get here, folks. I have a feeling that Ash is going to regret saying Masha's name. Masha saying, you call yourself the savior of TNA, but all I see is a coward hiding behind her servants. She says she has some breaking news to deliver. She says she's spoken to Santino, and at Victory Road, Masha Slamovich says she's getting a chance at that championship. And she's going to get a chance to prove why her win was a fluke. She says she's going to beat every single one of their keisters. And she's taking out the Elegance brand right now. They're trying to protect that painting. Champagne in the eyes of Masha. Heather by Elegance and M by Elegance now beating down Masha. Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside running down to the ring. Now they're handling M by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. They're trying to protect that painting by any means necessary. I was too, unless they're going with Indi tonight, Heather. So the inspiration now coming down to the ring. Something's going to happen to that beautiful artwork that's in the ring right now. Hi, Andrea. Just took a yoga class and feel good and relaxed. Good. That's good. Hopefully you're doing well. Uh-oh. This piece of art that was commissioned is about to be destroyed by Masha Slamovich, and it is destroyed. Ray Walt saying, "Sweet Picasso's ghost, you monsters," might be the line of the night from commentary. Rip to the $100 painting, says Brandon. Everybody in the ring is picking at the Elegance brand and Ash by Elegance for crying on the outside of the ring. Iceman is in the background holding pieces of the oh, he's holding pieces of it and crying. That is hilarious. Getting an injury report here. JDC is out of action with an injury to the head. No timeline for his return. Mara Sade had an injury, a bruising injury, but she is cleared for action. She will be in the match later on with the Hardies going up against Order 4. Still to come. Trey Miguel is now officially cleared. Both he and Zachary Wentz are cleared and ready for a return. This is hilarious. Trick Williams, injury, none, status cleared. They're talking about his complaints last week, saying that he was injured, so he's cleared. Just in case. I'm so excited that Trey is cleared to come back. I am so excited. Love Trey Miguel. Absolutely love him. And we're going to hear from Joe Hendry this evening. Coming up next here, we're getting that big triple threat match that will determine the number one contender. Let's go. Let's go. So we're getting a shot of the arena here as we're on break. Swag fan, the comment section on the TNA YouTube broadcast is so annoying, full of sickos and know-it-alls. Yeah, that tends to happen, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But hey, you got us. And we're good, folks. So, Deanna saying, I missed the treehouse. The treehouse was awesome. That treehouse was awesome. Missed the days when Zicky Dice was a mod on the TNA channel. Kept sickos in their place. Zicky's awesome. Way back in the early days of this channel, we were fortunate enough to do an interview with Zicky Dice. So if you guys get a chance, go back and check that out. He was a blast to talk to. So definitely give that a listen and watch if you don't mind. I I think that was before we were on video, but we did it as a video format, so I at least tried to keep it somewhat interesting during the video. But yeah, it was a fun interview for sure. So go check that out. Andrea saying, I can't wait to see Mara Sade and the Hardies teaming up together. Same here. That's going to be a lot of fun. This matchup that's coming up, though, we've got Jody Threat going up against Dani Luna and Indi Hartwell. The winner earns the #1 contendership to the TNA Knockouts World title. Who do you have winning this match, folks, and why? Let me know why you're picking whoever you pick in this matchup. I think a lot of people, I've seen a lot of folks really championing Indi Hartwell, but I'm curious to see if anyone has any other takes. Andrea saying Indi all the way. Let me know in the chat, folks. Who do you have? Who do you have? Again, folks, I want to thank all of you so much for being with us this evening. Please drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. So I know he's not on the stream this evening, but today is Tazzy's birthday. So I had a little something for him in case he showed, but it looks like he's not going to make it. But give Tazzy a birthday shout if you don't mind, if you follow him on social media or leave it on one of his videos. But happy birthday, Tazzy. I got a quick little video, and then I'll be back on the other side. Happy birthday, Tazzy. All right, folks, we're coming back from break. Swag fans saying I'd rather Luna, but I think Indi wins. I just don't think Indi is ready yet. Just my opinion. Okay. Derek saying give that like button the sweet chin music. That's right. No peaches. Yeah, I kept it peachless. I kept it peachless. Ali saying he's issuing a final warning. He says this is not bravado or politics. This is a promise. They call the system a group of mutated, useless slime. Order 4 has looked very dominant. Very dominant. Sean saying Indi Hartwell for the win. He says he will fill the arenas with the sounds of their screams. He says, when they beg for mercy, I will respond with silence. Stand with Order 4 or fall with the system. Says the choice is yours, but TNA is mine. Wow. So the winner earns a title shot at Bound for Glory. So we know the winner of this match will at least be at Bound for Glory. We don't know if the same can be said for the current champ. Will it be her or will it be Masha Slamovich facing the winner of this match? We shall see. Jody Threat out there in record time in the ring. All that energy. Dani Luna coming down to the ring next after her recent change in attitude, we shall say. So there we go, Dani Luna now getting into the ring. Indi Hartwell. Crowd is really behind Indi. Indi Hartwell giving some love to the fans, shaking hands on her way to the ring. Naked Gun is now available on digital. I've heard good things about it. Might have to check that out. Sean saying Indi Hartwell for the win. Hassan saying I vote for Indi Hartwell. All right, folks, here we go. We got all three competitors in the ring. Let's see who will be the challenger at Bound for Glory. Dani Luna, Indi Hartwell, Jody Threat. Jody Threat now standing in between Indi Hartwell and Dani Luna. Dani Luna pushes Jody Threat into Indi Hartwell, gets a quick cover, 1 count. Now the former tag team champs and tag partners doing some battle inside the ring. Derek saying Freaky Friday 2 was great, also better than the first, if you ask me. Wow. That's a rarity, too, having sequels be better than the originals. Clotheslines in the corner for Jody Threat on Indi Hartwell. Indi Hartwell getting out of that corner, but another clothesline there for Jody Threat. Snap suplex there for Jody Threat. Cover on Indi Hartwell, 1 count. Dani Luna now up on the shoulders of Jody Threat. Wow. Dani Luna now on the outside of the ring. Now she's pulling Indi out on the floor. Jody Threat looking to dive out onto both of them, and she does so successfully, yelling to the crowd, getting the crowd hype, beating her chest. Indi Hartwell going up top. Dani Luna meeting her there and shoves her off. Now Indi Hartwell is down on the outside of the ring. Dani Luna now back in the ring with Jody Threat. Scoops her up. Oh. Cover here, 1-2 count for Dani Luna. Huge right fist there from Dani Luna to the side of the head of Jody Threat. Indi Hartwell getting back in the ring, but Dani gives her a boot and sends her right back out. Jody Threat trying to fight back, but Dani Luna just not letting up. Now trying to yank on that arm. Dani Luna with a slam there to Indi Hartwell. Dani Luna is firmly in control right now. Little Silver saying, I think Dani Luna and Jody Threat might unite, but only time can tell. I just have a feeling. Okay. Chop from Jody Threat to Dani Luna. Another one. Bunch of chops there, but Dani Luna stops it with a forearm. Jody Threat was going for the double knees to Dani Luna, but Dani moved out of the way. Let's see what Dani's about to do. She has Jody and Indi both on the ropes. Clothesline to Jody Threat, sending her to the outside of the ring over that top rope. Indi Hartwell now in the ring with some clotheslines for Dani. Spine buster there. Indi Hartwell getting some momentum back now. Huge elbow there from the top rope for Indi. 1, 2. Jody Threat breaks up the cover attempt at 2. Right on time. Crowd trying to get behind all three competitors right now. Indi Hartwell trying to stay in control here. Jody Threat getting back into the ring. Everybody's kind of trying to make their way back up. Indi's the first one up. Jody Threat still fighting back here. They're both on the apron. Boot there to the face by Jody Threat. Dani Luna making her way to the side of the ring where both Jody and Indi are. Jody trying to fight off Dani. A boot there from Indi to Dani. Threat just throws herself at Dani Luna. Here we go. Jody Threat up top. She was going for something there, but was unsure of what Indi was going to do. Now they're in the middle of that ring. Jody Threat has Indi up. Indi Hartwell's trying to get her. Now we got a roll up attempt. 1, 2. 2 count for Jody Threat. Another cradle here. 2 count for Indi. Another cover attempt for Jody Threat. A reversal for Indi. Indi Hartwell gets the 3 count on that reversal, and Indi Hartwell would be the challenger. Well, I say that if she can make it there healthy, because Jody Threat had to pull Dani Luna off of Indi Hartwell. A shot there from Dani Luna. Now the referee's trying to step in. Dani Luna has lost it yet again. All right. Previewing the rest of the card there, and folks, previewing the rest of the card. Up next, though, we're getting Joe Hendry addressing the crowd, so we will see what Joe Hendry has to say. Heather saying, I would like Jody to have a run someday, though. She's earned it. I agree. I do think Jody has earned a run for sure. I'd love to see her as a champ at some point. She has definitely earned it. So we're getting a shot of the crowd now during the break, which gives me an opportunity to say out to all of you, we will have a show on Sunday, 8:30. Join us on Sunday. Joe will be there. So join us on Sunday for that. Got a lot to talk about, as we always do. But, yeah, join us on Sunday between the ropes. We'll have some grievances. I have one that I've been saving up for a little bit. So that should be a lot of fun to finally get that off my chest. So, yeah. Deanna saying if they gave it to Ash, give it to Jody. Both Jody and Luna deserve a run. That's the thing right now. I think you're in a situation where if you had asked me this a year ago, I didn't think you had this situation. But right now you can say that you've got 5 people that are legitimately deserving of that title. I would throw the 3 in that we just saw in that triple threat. I would say Masha, and I would also throw in Ash. Feel how you feel about her, but I feel like she's deserving and has earned that opportunity. So I think you've got 5 people right now in that division that can have programs with one another and do different things. And, I think you can also add to just the outside of that group looking in, Tasha Steelz and Mara Sade, and I'm sure you can maybe find a couple others to throw into that group. I said all of that to say the division has some depth now, and that wasn't the case before. Terrence saying this Impact Live show tonight has been average. Hope all is well. Had excellent Chili's Big Smasher burger for dinner. Awesome. John saying, I think Indi takes the belt from Ash and holds the championship until March or April. Then I think Dani Luna could take the belt from Indi. Deanna saying, I'd like to see Masha take the NXT title and bring it to TNA. That could be interesting. I would like that. So, Terrence, just a question for you. Has there been anything that's been like what's been average to you so far? Just the whole vibe of the show. You feel like they need to do a little bit more to bring some more excitement. I won't say that it didn't fall down just a little bit after the first segment, but I think that's because of the energy of Santino and the energy of the announcement, that what it brings, and having Mike Santana out there. But again, I've enjoyed it. It's had its moments where it's been kind of a lull, but just looking for feedback. No criticism, just feedback. I like that, Deanna. Yeah, Heather agreeing. Eric Young saying the cleanse is coming, and he tried to warn Joe Hendry, and that's the last time we saw Joe Hendry. So, man, what does he have to say? Up until the last match and open segment, everything else been so far. Okay. Heather saying it's been fun. Nothing has wowed me yet. Yeah, I can get that. So we're getting Joe Hendry. What does he have to say after being beaten down by Eric Young last week? We will find out. And the crowd is singing his song as they typically do. There we go. Crowd is happy to see Joe Hendry out there. He will address the crowd. Let's see what he has to say. He's getting into the ring right now. Heather saying, ooh, EY's new shirt is cool. Pity EY can't call it the Purge instead. Yeah, true. Joe Hendry getting the microphone. Let's see what he has to say. Deanna waving her arms in the chat virtually. Joe Hendry is in Minneapolis. He says he can appear anywhere in the world at any time. Joe Hendry got to beat up the Miz, he says. Talking about his appearance on NXT. Where's his heart tonight? He says, my heart tonight is right here in Minneapolis. He thanks all of the fans on behalf of everyone in the back. Saying, celebrating pro wrestling with them. Eric Young saying they need to address a problem, and Eric Young is the problem. He says he needed to attack him from behind. He's saying, Eric Young, get out here right now. Let's see if Eric Young shows up coming down the ramp. He said, cut the music. Eric Young is out there with the Northern Armory. Eric saying, I have a problem. You're the problem. Saying, waving your arms around like an idiot. Crowd chanting for Joe Hendry, and Eric Young is not a fan of that. He says he believes that Joe Hendry is the problem. He says he'll do whatever it takes. He's willing to do whatever it takes to fix that problem. He says his biggest contribution to TNA is the cleanse will start with him. Joe said he sounds like a conspiracy theorist. He says they can have a match right here tonight, but Eric Young says no. EY kicking at the crowd. EY says, you don't call the shots here. I call the shots. And I'm not wrestling here tonight. Eric says, on my terms, when I say, next week the cleanse begins. Let's see what Joe has to say. He's saying, luckily for all of us, Santino runs the show. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, Heather and Little Silver. I don't know what he was doing on the side there. It looks like he was trying to do a mix between John Moxley and Gold Dust. And that's a weird combo, but just go with me for a minute. Will Silver saying they will probably fight at TNA Victory Road. Here we go. Leon Slater with Santino backstage. He said he wants the best competition possible. Hey, Santino's telling them that the Rascals are cleared for competition. Leon might get more than he's bargaining for. Santino. Up next, we're getting the Hardies and Mara Sade going up against the Great Hands and Tasha Steelz representing Order 4. So, and we're already at 9:27, folks. So this has flown by. So I'm going to ask you to do this one more time. If you don't mind, drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Please hit that subscribe button so you can become a part of the family, folks. And we'll be back again on Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. James Chadwick, I understand if you're not going to be awake, my friend. It is super late. As a matter of fact, I want to pull up the online clock right now so I can see exactly what time it is. And it is almost 2:30 a.m. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty late, James. So, James saying Santino has no effing idea what Leon said. Sean said, did Santino get hit in the eye? Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, he's definitely got a cut, something going on above his eye. Again, folks, we'll be back on Sunday at 8:30 for Between the Ropes. So come join us for that. And then we will be back on Tuesday for our next episode of Fireflies Forever. And then next Thursday, we'll be right back here for TNA. So, got a lot going on. James saying it is. So, yeah, we just got that with Joe Hendry and EY. I thought that was good. I want to see what they do with that because I have a feeling that might be one of Joe Hendry's last feuds in TNA. Just call it a gut feeling. But up next, we are getting this match: the Hardies, Sade going up against the Great Hands and Tasha Steelz from Order 4. So should be a great way to close out the show. Who knows what else we get? We might get some other moment at the end of the show, but this is what we're getting next. So let me know in the chat, who do you have? Who's your pick to win this match? And let me know if you think we get shenanigans, because that is very possible that we get shenanigans. So since we know what time it is where James is, let me know what time it is where you are. It is not as late as it is in the UK. It is 9:30 on the dot here on the East Coast. I believe we get shenanigans from Agent Zero, says John Kessler. Deanna saying shenanigans. 9:30 for John Kessler as well. So, one other question for you all. This is about your plans for the weekend. What do you have planned this weekend? What's on your agenda for the weekend? Do you have anything going on? Any plans with family or friends? Please let me know in the chat. Heather saying, well, I got to go get Karen ready for bed. If I don't make it back before the end of the stream, y'all enjoy the main event. Have a great night, Heather. Again, we're still saying prayers for you and sending, just praying for for Karen to get better and be well. So please know we're all thinking of you continuously. So yeah. Good night, and if you don't get a chance to come back, we will see you when you have a chance to come back, Heather. Good to see you. So they are doing another ad for the Naked Gun movie. Now it's on digital. I did not know Busta Rhymes was in that movie. It's very I wanted to see it before, but James saying absolutely nothing apart from England football game and other sport. Yeah, there's a lot of football on this weekend. American football, James. This is the start of the NFL season. College is in full swing, so we've got that going on too. So for a lot of football fans, it's a great time of year. And my son, his team, starts their games this weekend, so I will be out there at his game on Saturday. Really looking forward to that, seeing how his team does and how they play. Hoping he has a good year. We're getting the match announcement there. TNA Knockouts World Championship is going to be Ash by Elegance or Masha Slamovich, whichever one wins at their match at Victory Road on September 27th. And we'll be here for a watch along for that. We're going to see Ash by Elegance defending against Masha Slamovich. One last time, the Hardies versus Team 3D. That's going to be at Bound for Glory. TNA World Championship match. Trick Williams, the TNA World Champion, going up against Mike Santana. Trick put something on social media, so let's see what he had to say. He says he's trying to watch the Eagles beat the Cowboys. He said he doesn't owe TNA a thing. He says, what more do you want from me? He says he'll think about it. He said he's not showing up TNA anytime soon. Let's talk about it. So here we go. A game ad there. Order 4 coming down to the ring. Tasha Steelz and the Great Hands. Here we go. Getting Mars Sade. He might call himself Trick Willie, but he showing he has no balls, says James. Jason Peace. Night, Jeff. I will tag you in some video on Saturday how my first training session goes. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you have a great time. I hope you enjoy it, man. Really, really take in the moment. Here we go. The Hardies making their way to the ring. The Hardies. Here we go. A Jedi warrior just in time to see the Hardies. Deanna saying, good luck, Jason. Sean Rousset saying, I think Order 4 wins with shenanigans. Yeah, let me know in the chat who you think wins. Do we have A win by the good guys or the not so good guys? Absolutely, Jason. Go ahead. Give an update. I'm trying not to pay attention to it right now. Little Silver saying be on the lookout for Ali and Agent Zero. Hardies getting the crowd pumped up during the break here. Little Silver saying they can become a factor. Absolutely. Anytime you got Agent Zero out there, even if you think you got numbers, you might not have numbers against that dude. So yeah, that dude is an equalizer. John Kessler saying, I think order for a win, setting up a tag team championship at Victory Road. Are they successful in that, John? Do they win the gold? Is that something you think we get? Do you think we get order for starting to be a little dominant going into the next year? Eagles 21, Cowboys 17 at the half. 2 touchdowns by Jalen Hurts, 1 by Saquon Barkley. Wow. Sounds like a good game so far. All right, folks. So before we get into the main event of the evening, one last time, I'm going to ask you to drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Glad that you're here. Please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you know when we have future content. And the next bit of content that we have will be on Sunday for Between the Ropes, which we haven't done that show in quite a while. So come out. There may be some new looks to that show. There may be some new things going on with that. So yeah. John Kessler saying, well, let me go back to Little Silver. Since the system may be splitting, I can see Order 4 forming and maybe later down the line go up against Eric Young and his faction. John Kessler saying, I think the Great Hands could win at Victory Road. I do not see the Hardies versus Team 3D being for the championship. Yeah, I don't see that being for the titles either. So, yeah, it could be possible that they lose there. Getting the deletes. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Jeff Hardy in the ring now with Skyler. I'm sorry, Hotch. That's what happens when you try to multitask and do several things at once. Doesn't work out well. I'm going to try to watch it. I don't know if I'll get to, but I'm going to try my best to watch it. Sean saying, not sure if you've seen it, but NXT is going to be at Full Sail University for NXT Homecoming, which is sold out. Wow. There's a Team DDT there. Crowd saying, let's go Hardies. James saying, I bet they leave the Punk segment till the end. Yeah. Swag fans saying, I got to see my boy Peacemaker tonight. All right, let's see. Chris Gregg saying, hi. What's up, Chris? Matt Hardy is deleting members of the Order 4, in particular, Jason Hotch. Matt Hardy up on that second rope now. Cena has become a very good actor. He kills that role. Agent Zero, as suspected, gets involved. Referee is warning him, though. Referee throws him out of there. Agent Zero is thrown out. Go say it to his face, referee. Sean saying Trick Williams was interrupted by DIY on Tuesday. I can see Mike Santana showing up at Homecoming. Jedi Warrior saying, I hate that move. Matt needs to figure out something else to do that looks better. Are you talking about the delete thing? I think it's just fun. A Jedi Warrior. I mean, I don't think everything needs to look not everything needs to look 5-star and the most technical, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, everybody has an opinion, but that's just me. Matthew saying, haven't seen Cena act much. Didn't even catch the Marine. Or I'm a diehard Hardy's fan, but I think Matt can find something better to do. Okay, well, I mean, okay. John saying Cena has come a long way since the Marine. I think he does a great job as Peacemaker. I do too. I enjoy him in Peacemaker. I thought he was awesome in Ricky Stenicki. Deanna saying maybe Matt needs some DDP yoga. It's working for others. Why not him? Yeah, it is working for others. Tasha Steelz now in control. Jedi word some chops to the chest while saying delete would be better for me. But you're right. Everything it always need to be top quality. Getting a small break here in the action. You all good, Derek? All good, Derek. All right, the Hardies have John Skyler in the corner. Here we go, double team maneuver. Poetry in motion. Side effect. Jeff Hardy. Splash. 1, 2. Kick out by Skyler at 2. Moose versus AJ Francis next week. Derek, I am not caught up yet on Twisted Metal. I may try to catch up on that over the next week or so. Whisper in the wind for Jeff Hardy. 1, 2. Jason Hotch breaks it up at the last possible second there. I've not seen Alien Earth. Nice maneuver there by Jason Hotch. But Matt Hardy takes advantage, and wow, Jason Hotch. Sorry, Skyler, John Skyler comes in with the spear. Sean saying, one movie I'm excited for from John Cena is Coyote versus Acme. I'm very happy that's coming out next year. Awesome. Bonus, baby. I wonder how that conversation with Mara went. Hey, Mara, welcome to TNA. Hey, how do you feel about Agent Zero taking your head off? Finish her. Uh-oh. John Skyler has Mara up. Matt Hardy saves Mara Sade. Jason Hotch goes tumbling outside of the ring. Matt Hardy, twist of fate. Mara Sade is going up. Wow, big moonsault there from Mara Sade. And Jeff Hardy. Wow, that was impressive. Jeff Hardy going up top. Swanton bomb. 1, 2, 3. The Hardies and Mara Sade pick up a big win there. It's a good match. Really enjoyed that. Jedi Warrior saying like Lita. Yeah, that was impressive. That was a pretty impressive moonsault. The Hardys and Mara Sade celebrating. Big time win there for the Hardys. Big time win there for Mara Sade. So you folks know what time it is. We're at the end of the show. Get me your scores, folks. Let me know what you thought of tonight's show. Let me know if you had a favorite match of the night. Let's see here. We've got the Hardys still celebrating here. Again, folks, let me know in the chat. What do you have this score? We've got the Nemeths behind the Hardies. Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth waiting for the Hardies to turn around. They got tired of waiting, so they attacked the Hardies. Mara Sade is in the ring. Nick Nemeth with a super kick to Mara Sade. Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that how we're going to end this episode, with Mara Sade down? Wow. Let's see. Well, bonus baby, you got to add to that now. So not only has she had her head taken off by Agent Zero, but also Nick Nemeth to close out the show. So, wow. See, John Kessler saying, I give tonight's show a 9 out of 10. 9 for Matthew. I was in and out, but was a pretty decent show. Pretty decent night. Hardy's always my favorite match. I'll show him the kick. Yeah, seriously, that kick was brutal. Maybe we get the Hardies versus the Nemeths at Victory Road. Yeah, maybe we get that instead of the Great Hands. Sean Rousset saying 9 out of 10 in the Hardy Boys and Mara Sade versus Order 4 was match of the night. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I feel like that was a great way to close out the show. And you're getting a shot of Nick and Ryan Nemeth walking up the ramp, just very happily walking back up that ramp. But yeah, that's the end of the show, folks. That's the live episode of TNA Wrestling. So if you haven't already gotten in your score, please get it in for me. And we will close out this week's watch along for TNA Wrestling, folks. I enjoyed this episode, I will say. Swag fan saying, my big brother. Yeah, that dude. 9 out of 10 for Swag fan. Yeah, keep the scores coming, folks. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Matthew saying 9. John saying cannot wait for next Thursday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have a great weekend, my friend. Have a great weekend. All right, folks. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here, too. I'm going to give the show, I'm going to say it was an 8.25 out of 10. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was good. I did feel like there were some lulls. And I wish we would have had maybe one or two more matches. I've wanted to see one or two more. We only got a handful this evening. So wanted to see more, but hey, it happens that way some weeks. It was still a good show, still enjoyable. I was still entertained. So I think as long as we're entertained, that's what matters. So so glad that you all could join us. Before I get out of here, again, please drop a like on the video. Heather saying, good night, everyone. Kind of myth, Nick, super kick, Mara, not cool. Yeah, I agree. Not cool. Don't like that. But yeah, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We'll be back again on Sunday for Between the Ropes. That will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not miss it. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. You might see some new stuff, some new graphics, some new things here and there. So come check us out. See what we have to say. Share a grievance or two, why don't you? But yeah, come join us on Sunday. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you for being so engaged throughout the show. And we'll see you next time, folks. Have a great rest of your weekend and take care. God bless.